Hi guys, in this video we are going to discuss about chapter number 1 real numbers exercise 1.3. So before moving into the exercise, first of all we have to know about a certain theorem. Theorem 1.3. This theorem is given in your book page number 12. The theorem statement is let P be a prime number. If P divides A square, then P divides A, where A is a positive integer. So just on seeing this, you can tell that if you divide a positive integer with a prime number, the square of a positive integer with a prime number, then definitely the prime number divides the positive integer. See, for example, let us take the positive integer A as 20, okay, and the prime number as P as 5. Now, on dividing 20 square, that is, if P divides A square, if 20 square is divided by 5 means, see, 20 into 20 by 5, directly we can cancel. So, definitely 5 divides what? A square, right? 5 divides 20 square. So, similarly, if this 5 divides 20 square means, then definitely 5 divides 20. That is, P divides A. This is what given in the statement. Now, based on this theorem, we are going to see the sums in exercise 1.3. The first one is prove that root 5 is irrational number. Basically, we know that square root of all the prime numbers are irrational. If you see the video of real numbers introduction means you will get an idea from that. Okay. Now, we have to prove it using the theorem 1.3. Okay. So, how to find it? First of all, in order to prove that it is irrational, let us assume root 5 is a rational number. As we know the definition of a rational number, every rational number can be written in which format? P by Q. Right? So, similarly, here also, this root 5 is a rational number which we have assumed. So, this root 5 can be written in which format? P by Q. Here, I have taken the integers A by B. Root 5 equal to A by B instead of P by Q. Why? Because I have taken this A and B as co-prime integers. Clear? So, root 5 equal to A by B, where A and B are co-prime integers and B not equal to 0. Right? Now, bring the denominator, the B, to left hand side. So, you will get root 5 into B is equal to A. Right? Now, in order to apply the theorem, let us take square on both sides. On squaring both LHS and RHS, we will get what? Root 5 the whole square into B square is equal to what? A square. Root 5 the whole square will be equal to 5. So, 5B square is equal to A square. Keep it as equation number 1. So, from this equation, what can we tell? This 5 divides what? A square. When you take this 5 from LHS to RHS means we will get B square is equal to A square by 5. Right? So, obviously this 5 divides what? A square. So, if 5 divides A square means then definitely 5 divides A. By which theorem? Theorem 1.3. Okay? Now, instead of this A, let us take some other value. Assume A is equal to 5C. Okay. Now, on squaring this equation, we will get what? A square is equal to 25C square. So, now we are going to apply this A square value in equation number 1. On applying, we will get 5B square is equal to 25C square. Right? Now, this 5 and 25 can be cancelled, right? When you take the 5 to RHS means, then 25 divided by 5, you will get 5. So, B square will be equal to 5C square. Now from this equation b square equal to 5c square, we can tell what? This 5 divides what? B square. Bring that 5 to the LHS. Then b square divided by 5 equal to c square. So 5 divides what? B square. Then we can tell 5 divides b by theorem 1.3. So see here, this 5 is a factor for both the integers a and b. 5 is a what? A common factor for both a and b. But in the beginning of the question, we have taken a and b as co-prime integers. What do you mean by co-prime, guys? The common factor should be only 1. The HCF should be 1. But here we have got what? 5 as a common factor. This contradicts the fact that a and b are co-primes. Right? This contradicts the fact that a and b are co-primes. Therefore, our assumption root 5 is rational is wrong. Due to our wrong assumption only, we got the answer as wrong. Right? So, therefore, we can tell what? Root 5 is irrational. I hope the sum is clear to you. Now, let's move to the second question. Okay. So, prove that 3 plus 2 root 5 is irrational. Okay. So, here, basically, we know on adding a rational number to an irrational number, together it will be an what? Irrational number only. So definitely we can tell this 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational number. But we have to prove here. So in order to prove, let us assume what? The opposite. That is 3 plus 2 root 5 is a rational number. We are taking 3 plus 2 root 5 as an rational number. Then it can be written as what? 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to a by b. Here a and b are co-prime integers and b not equal to 0. Listen guys, this condition a and b are co-primes, the statement is a must. Okay, only because of this statement you can prove at the end. Okay, if the statement is not there, then mark will be reduced. Clear? So, we have taken 3 plus 2 root 5 is equal to a by b. Now, just keep the root value on one side and bring the remaining terms to the other side. Okay, so first on bringing the 3 to the LHS, we will get 2 root 5 is equal to a by b minus 3. Now, bring the 2 to the RHS. So, root 5 is equal to 1 by 2 into a by b minus 3. Okay. So, first we have taken the given number as a rational number, right? But here, see on RHS, 1 by 2 is an integer, right? And a and b are also what? Integers. So, together 1 by 2, a by b minus 3 is an what? A rational number. Since a, b, 1 by 2, 3, everything are integers, whole together the term is an rational number. Therefore, we can tell what? Root 5 is also an rational number. But this is a contradiction to what? Root 5 is irrational. In the first sum only we have proved root 5 is irrational, right? So, how can we get root 5 as a rational number? It is not possible, right? So, this is a contradiction to the fact that root 5 is irrational. Therefore, we can tell 3 plus 2 root 5 is an irrational number. Now, moving on to the next question. Third question, prove that the following are irrationals. So, we know square root of prime numbers are irrational numbers. So, here 1 by 2 root 2 is the first subdivision. So, definitely it is in a fraction, but the denominator is an irrational number. but we have to prove. So let us take the number as a rational number. So it can be written as 1 by square root of 2 is equal to a by b. Okay, a and b are co-prime integers and b not equal to 0. On inversing the equation, we will get root 2 is equal to what? B by a. On inversing the equation, we will get root 2 equal to b by a. Here, this b by a is an what? Integer. This is a rational number, right? So, which becomes root 2 is an rational number, which is not possible, right? It contradicts the fact that root 2 is what? Irrational. Therefore, we can tell 1 by root 2 is irrational number. And the second subdivision is 7 root 5. So, if you see in the sums clearly means everything, the steps will be the same. Okay? Just we have to assume the given number as a rational number and then we have to prove no, it is an irrational number. That's it. So first, on assuming the given number as a rational, we will take 7 root 5 is equal to a by b. So root 5 will be equal to a by 7b. A by 7b is a what? Rational number. Since a and b are integers. So root 5 should be what? Rational number. But this contradicts the fact that root 5 is irrational. Therefore, our assumption is wrong. 7 root 5 is an irrational number. Okay. And the last one, third subdivision, 6 plus root 2. So, here also the same process. 6 plus root 2 is an rational number. We have to assume. Then 6 plus root 2 will be equal to a by b. So, root 2 will be equal to a by b minus 6. Since a and b are integers, 6 is also an integer, right? So, a by b minus 6 is an what? Rational number. Therefore, root 2 should also be what? Rational number, right? Root 2 equal to rational number means what? The same meaning, right? So, this contradicts the fact that root 2 is irrational. Therefore, our assumption is wrong here. Hence, 6 plus root 2 is an irrational number. So, this first question, okay? First question is an 4-mark question. And the remaining second and third question with all the 3 subdivisions. These questions comes under 2 mark. Okay? Just a simple, easiest concept which you can do very easily. That's it guys. I hope you understood the concept clearly. Thank you.